Let's go inside.
Spiders?
Nope. Those kind of animals.
In the last episode, we visited the wolf's lair in Poland. And then we found some World War II bunkers.
Den lappen då. Du skulle hänga på tältet.
I have fixed.
You have fixed. I'm sweaty.
We have been driven for 3 hours or 4 perhaps, and then put a tent up, and now we're gonna stay here in Krakow for 3 or 4 nights. So this is our camp, still sleeping in the car, kitchen area, wardrobe. And now we're gonna charge everything we have missed during 1.5 weeks. We haven't eaten something for 6 hours, so we are hungry and we are sweaty, and now we're gonna take a shower and then we're gonna grab something to eat. See you soon. Washing some clothes. Hopefully it will dry during the day. It will be hot today, 32 degrees Celsius, and we are heading into Krakow city to visit the Oskar Schindler factory and Jewish village area.
Yeah.
So we took a bus.
That didn't work.
Down to the city, and did it work? No. The bus stopped.
1 kilometer down the road?
Yeah. We just have to pay. We just wasn't managed to pay, and then we have to leave the bus. Well, so now we found a walking path down the river Wieliczka. So we are walking into the city, and we surely will take a taxi, to get back to the camping later on. So we have come a bit closer to the Jewish, what do you call it?
Quarter.
Jewish quarter, and we found a fort with a lot of boats.
We took a break in the shadow under a bridge before we continued into the Jewish district.
So we are in the Jewish district, and it's very hot, so we took a little break.
Pit stop was very well needed. Yeah. It's so hot.
Then we found a restaurant that served very good pizza, right outside Oskar Schindler's factory.
So we are at the Oskar Schindler Museum, Oskar Schindler factory actually.
For those of you who don't know the story of Oskar Schindler, it begins with the businessman Oskar Schindler coming to Krakow to, like so many others, make money. He receives permission from the SS to build barracks in the area near the factory where his workers can live. Oskar Schindler was arrested 3 times between 1941 and 1944, suspected to help in the use, but were released each time. In 1944, a decision was made to close the factory, and that's when the famous list was created. Everyone who was on the list will be allowed to move to the new factory. That's how Oskar Schindler saved 1,200 Jews from the Holocaust, and it cost him $40,000 in bribes. Most of the museum shows Jewish Krakow during the occupation, An exhibition shows the history of the animal factory, and the last part of the exhibition shows Krakow during the Nazi occupation, the ghetto and the Plaza concentration camp.
We are on our way again into the city. It's warm today also.
Yeah, it is. We're doing the same old stupid thing. We try to take the bus.
Yeah, we try to take a bus again. See if it works this time.
Probably won't.
Oh, I have to check an app to see which bus and which tram we should take. We ended up walking today also, but in a different area. So we see a lot of Krakow, that's for sure. Right now we're taking a break in a park, but it's very hot today too. Well, this was intense. We used to avoid these kind of places. I'm going to show you around. I guess this is the tourist area of Krakow. Don't you think so?
What are we doing here?
Yeah, walking. Well, it's beautiful here, but it's way too much people.
Oh, a lot better than this.
So we get away from the most crowded areas. Now we are walking in the park towards the river again. So we are back at the camping.
Yeah, after another hot day in Krakow.
Yes. And if yesterday was a quite expensive day with expensive taxi or expensive food and beer and museum, today we only spent money on ice cream and
26 zlotys.
yeah, and 16 zlotys for a taxi home.
That's including.
Yeah.
So
I think
cheap day.
I think we were fooled by the taxi driver
yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
We did it again.
Yeah. But we didn't pay for the bus into town because it was broken. The
machine may function.
Yeah. So
Transaktion utad.
yeah. And now I think the rain is here because
listen to that one.
And here comes the rain. What?
Let's get cozy in the tent.
Well, we have to go inside. So now we are inside. Cozy.
It's cozy and it's dry.
Yeah.
You can also open the window.
Yeah. And look at the wall.
Yeah. The Krakow.
So, what are you making for dinner?
Chicken, rice, chicken soup, rice. Good meal.
Soup? It's rice with the green curry.
Rice with green curry, yes.
Yeah, stew, not soup.
Yeah, it's wet. It's good. Hopefully.
So we packing up the tent and all our stuff. And today we're gonna go to the salt mines in don't remember the city. We'll put it there.
What?
What?
What do you want?
So now we try to get the tent a little bit more dry before we stop. Put it in a bag.
Dryer.
Dryer. Yeah, almost.
It's grown.
It grows. So. Breakfast. Yogurt. Back on the road again. Now heading for the salt mine.
The Wieliczka salt mine is located outside of Krakow in southern Poland, right below the town of Wieliczka. It was in operation since the 13th century until 1996.
So we are now entering the Great Chapel, the salt mine. Everything down here is made of salt. What do you think about the stairs, Michael?
Not much. I kind of dislike it.
The tourist tour begins with 380 steps down into the underground. Totally we end up at a 135 meters depth. The temperature in the mine is 17 to 18 degrees Celsius and the tour takes about 2.5 hours. You have to walk 3.5 kilometers and in the end of the tour there's an elevator taking you up to the surface again.
Well, we're lost again.
We don't know where we parked the car.
No, we end up in a bus station, but it's wrong. I think that's why. And up that street up there and then the parking. So we found the parking. I can see the roof box.
Yeah, me too.
So after a rainy night just outside Auchwitz, we are heading to the Auschwitz and Birkenau camp. This is the center of Auschwitz. As you can see, it's very damp inside the car. Now we have been at the Auschwitz and Birkenau museum. I didn't film anything at the Auschwitz museum because we had some audio ear things on, and there was very much people, a lot of people walking around, so it was hard to take good pictures. I have some photographs, and I will put them into the movie, so you will see. But the most of everything I filmed is from the Birkenau camp.
We came here on a foggy and rainy day, and it felt just right. Places like this don't deserve sunshine and birds twittering. I guess everyone knows what took place in the Auschwitz and Birkenau camp. We were placed in an English-speaking tour group, guided by a woman who has worked as a guide at this camp for almost 20 years. She told us stories that she heard directly from survivors of the Holocaust. Stories that were terrible, but needed to be told. In 5 years, more than 1,100,000 men, women and children died in Auschwitz, including 900,000 on the day of arrival, usually by train. 90% of the victims were Jews. The victims, for what the Nazis called the final solution, were murdered in gas chambers, or sometimes with guns. But they also died from disease, malnutrition, abuse, or medical experiments. Prisoners work 6 or even 7 days a week. Sunday is basically reserved for personal toilet, but the lack of hygiene, malnutrition, and poor treatment quickly caused many deaths. Auschwitz is first and foremost a labor camp where the prisoners were adult men. The able-bodied prisoners must work. Those who are sick or injured receive little or no treatment and die of exhaustion. When Hitler decided on a systematic extermination of the Jews on a large scale, Rudolf Höss, then in charge of the camp, experimented with various methods of execution. The number of deportees increased rapidly, and he was responsible for preparing an installation intended for mass extermination in Auschwitz.
Well, you see a lot of different things when you travel by car.
By GPS.
Yeah, Google Maps take us everywhere.
Google Maps take you everywhere.
Now we have been at the Auschwitz camp, and we are supposed to be in the Netherlands about 10 or 12 days from now, so we have a lot of time to kill. What do you think we should do?
We are now just outside the city of Auschwitz, and I think we'll go down to the guy who set this thing off. One of the places, anyway. It's a place called Berchtesgaden.
So let's go south. We're gonna continue south. Next is Czechia.
Oh yeah, Czechia.
So now we have set the GPS for
Towards Czechia.
Yeah, Ostrava, Czechia.
What?
But we have some problems. We have annoying noise from our wheel.
It's the handbrake, one of the fasteners for the brake shoes rattled loose. So we'll have to get that fixed.
So now we're looking for a garage or a workshop who can help us with that.
With a number 19 spanner.
Yeah. It's not that urgent, but we have a couple of 100 kilometers left to drive, so
1,000.
1,000 kilometers, yes.
3,000 or 4,000 kilometers.
So we can't have it like this.
Oh, it's annoying.
all the way.
Sometimes it goes.
Now it's quiet.
Oh, you know, it's quiet here.
After spending the whole day in Auschwitz without getting any lunch, we were absolutely starving, and we finally found a simple village tavern in the middle of nowhere. The fact that no one there spoke English didn't really matter. We managed to order a chicken soup and an extremely good schnitzel. In the next episode,
Here's the man with a beard cut.
New beer cut. Love it.
Michael gets his beard trimmed. We stumble around in the Alps looking for ruins. But finally find a fairy tale castle.